I guess I should probably explain how my spiritual awakening happened. I'm not going to say everything, but I'm going to kind of give you a brief history of my past. Um, I grew up in a household where my parents were very physically violent. And that really affected me a lot growing up, a lot more than I realized, because it spread into my relationships. And then my kids started seeing that, and it really, really had an effect on me. I started drinking a lot, very, very heavily. Um, I gained a lot of weight. Was very, very unhappy with myself. I'm 35 years old, so and my drinking got really bad from the age like 29 to 34. So I was drinking a lot, like a lot. Like after I dropped my kids off, go get a drink. It really started to pay like a big toll on my whole life. So I went to treatment, and after I went to treatment, I started working out. And I started working out and I started losing weight and just kind of doing all this stuff because it felt right. And started doing like stretches and stuff that weren't like ordinary, kind of just stuff that like would come to me. Like my family thought I was silly. They were silly stretches. I don't know if the stretches had anything to do with it. And started taking cold showers, meditating, and doing breath work. I didn't I wasn't told to do any of this stuff. I just kind of started doing it. And um, I was actually having a conversation with um, my daughters before I dropped them off at school, and we always do affirmations. So we were saying our affirmations. I dropped them off, and I came home, and I looked in the mirror and I said, I love you, and I wouldn't want to be anybody else. And I laid down, and all of a sudden, my heart started pumping really, really hard. And I could feel something in the back of my head, and I could visualize the blood. I could visualize everything happening, and it was like a connection. Something happened. And in that moment, this is going to sound crazy, I saw Bruce Almighty, The Truman Show, and Shallow Hal. And with that, that sounds crazy, with that, among other things that I can't really explain with words, I understood that God is in each of us. Like it was very strong. I stood up, and like everything was white and my heart was beating, but I felt like I didn't, a part of me felt afraid, like because I felt like I just didn't know what was going to happen if I continued to do it. So I stopped, and everything just made sense to me, but it didn't all at the same time. But one thing I got from that, and if it hadn't personally happened to me, I would think that this sounds a little crazy, but we all have the ability to walk with the consciousness of Christ. Not saying I'm Christ or any of that stuff, but it's just an understanding that you have with the universe.